Hello, I'm Nadine and I'm so happy you're here. A very warm welcome. So today we're making an upside down orange cake. They're in season. It is the perfect time to do this and they are so gorgeous. I'm using blood oranges and navel oranges. And not only does this cake look pretty, it is also very yummy and moist. So let me show you how to make this. We'll start by slicing these beautiful oranges fairly thin. Just make sure you have a nice sharp knife. This sharp knife is a thing of real beauty. Everybody should have this in their life. I'll try to put a link for you in the description. Look how gorgeous that is. So you will need about 3 oranges in total. I am going to use a combination of blood oranges and navel oranges to give this lovely two-tone effect. So I'm just going to slice these up and then we're going to candy them and I'll show you how. Okay, so now we are just going to candy the oranges a little bit. I have a 3/4 cup sugar and half a cup of water, and you just heat it till the sugar dissolves and add your oranges. And we're just going to let this simmer for 10 minutes. The reason we do this is that I slice the oranges with the skin to preserve the pretty. And just the baking time of the cake is not enough for it to cook because you'll feel it when you bite into the cake. If you want to skip this step, you can remove the skin of the orange when you slice it. But try this. I am using two kinds of oranges, blood orange and navel oranges. So I'm going to do this step separately. But if you're just using one kind, then obviously you'll just double the syrup recipe and do it in one pan. The recipe will be on my website, all the details. So I've got you covered. And once the oranges are done in 10 minutes, we are going to reserve this lovely syrup. It's orange infused sugar syrup, and we're going to put it on the cake. Now I'm doing the same thing with the lighter colored navel oranges. Just 10 minutes in the sugar syrup and it'll be done. The oranges are done and I reserved this syrup. Just look at that color. It almost looks fake, as if it's like cough syrup or something, but it's all real and natural. I have greased this pan with some butter. Just grease it very generously so that your cake doesn't stick. And I'm using this ring pan because I just love the look of it, but you can use a round one or a square, whatever you have. Now let's start making the cake. I have the oven preheating at 350 Fahrenheit, and we will start by beating the butter and sugar. I have 2 sticks of butter here. 1 1/4 cup of sugar. You can do this in your KitchenAid stand mixer with a paddle attachment or with a handheld mixer. Both are fine. Once your butter and sugar is nice and fluffy, we will gradually add 4 eggs. Just make sure everything is at room temperature, then your mixture won't curdle. If it does, then you can just add a little bit of flour. Once the eggs are in, we put a teaspoon of vanilla extract and some sour cream. This will make the cake nice and moist. Next is a 1/4 cup of orange juice. We're going to just put half of this in. Ooh, look at that color. Oops. I'm going to sift the flour with 1 teaspoon of baking powder and half a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of salt. And half of the flour goes in. Mix, mix, mix. Once you have flour in a cake mix, you don't want to over mix it because it will develop the gluten too much. You want everything to be light and fluffy. Then the rest of the orange juice. And we're going to finish it with the rest of the flour. Last thing, we are putting a little over 1 teaspoon of orange rind, grated. This will give lovely flavor. And that's it, it's done. We will just arrange the oranges in the pan. Then I'm just going to cut these in half and put some on the sides too, because why not? Now we will add the cake mixture in this pretty little thing. We are just going to carefully add the cake mixture in, making sure that we don't mess up the orange slices. The cake batter is in, don't overfill it because remember it has to rise, and this is going in the oven at 350 Fahrenheit and it will probably take about 30-35 minutes. It's done when you put the skewer in it and it comes out clean. And the cake is ready. I am just going to poke a few holes in it. And then this orange sugar syrup that we saved earlier, I'm just going to brush the cake with it. It'll make it moist and give a lot of flavor. Let's take this cake out. So whatever platter you're serving it in, just put it on there. And I love these upside down cakes because it's not just a cake, there's a surprise waiting for you. Moment of truth. Yummy. It's so moist, and the orange sugar syrup we put adds so much flavor. And this is just such a pretty cake. So if you make this, please tag me on Instagram. I love seeing those pics. The full recipe will be on my website, nadine.com. I'm gonna have recipes like this every week. So please remember to subscribe, hit the bell, and like the video. I hope you share this with your loved ones. Until next time. And we will just mix this. Oops. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, with this thing.